Oh, she got one. Got a frog.
Turbo! No! You'd have to wait your turn, buddy. Yesterday morning, we actually had a fox come in. Morning, Phil. Mark here, and welcome to the 10 Acre Woods. So today is a sunny day, but not too cool. It's supposed to be 20 degrees tomorrow. So I've been busy trying to figure out the live stream. We're going to be putting up a live stream of our mamas that are going to be in the building. They are in the building tonight. We're just going to let them outside now. And it's going to be 20 degrees tomorrow, so they'll likely stay out tomorrow, and then they'll be in. So we're expecting 150 days is basically coming up, well, on the 30th, I guess, which is in 2 days. So their gestation is 145 to 155 days, and we're going to be seeing some baby goats soon. Morning, girls. Coco and Petunia. So we've got them in here in this one. And we're gonna give them some extra grains here. One for you. No, there's already one over there. There, Coco's got that one. And for you. So they enjoy on these bales here. So we're probably gonna throw in another bale off to the side here. So they've got their grains out here. The girls are giving them others. Blackie is a little pushy. She's our alpha, so we pulled Charlotte out into the hallway to ease off the tension. And then we've got Holly and Billie Jean in here. Hi, Billie Jean. So we're gonna get them all fed up, get them all topped up. And, oh, Billie Jean, Holly, look. Oh, you're all done. Wow, you're a fast eater. We'll get them topped up and then we will send them outside for the day.
I went to go grab a pack of food and I turned around because I heard, and there's Phil in the other doorway talking to me.
Phil, did you follow us right in? You did? What are you looking for? Should we send you out back? There you go. Out you go. Guess we gotta close the door. All right, see you, Phil. So this past week we did a midweek video, and it was all about treating our animals for lice. So if you missed that, you can go back and watch that one. We want to do it twice, 2 weeks apart, because the lice will hatch, lay eggs, and it's their life cycle. So you want to make sure that you kill both the parents and the youngsters, I guess you could say. So we have this problem that when we have the mamas in here, the kid goats usually always get lice. So we want to make sure we nip that in the butt this time, and we treat the mamas before they give birth, and then 2 weeks after. So we're using a product called Vetalice. And Tiana, you said you were brushing Blackie?
Yeah, I had a small comb that I was using, and I was brushing her back to get her undercoat out, and I was looking for mites just to see if they had them in the hairbrush, and I found one little one, but it was already like a dead carcass. It was dried out already. Yeah,
so it seems to be working, so that's great. So, you know, just to make things easier moving into kidding season, not having to worry about that. Of course, we will be checking the kids and the mamas throughout the whole process as well, but things are looking good. Okay, pig food. And we have alpaca food here. And of course we have alpaca. Always waiting by the door. All right, you ready to let these guys in?
As soon as Tiana's got water out of the way.
Okay. Tiana's just doing water. And Tara's making salad. So we've got a whole bunch of veggies here that were donated, were they not, Tara?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is wonderful. So we do take donations of, and it was from a grocery store.
Yeah, this is actually the first time that a grocery store has stepped up with their stuff. But, I mean, most of them, don't get me wrong, most of them are good. I don't like these ones when they're rotten. The broccoli, carrots, sweet peas are like gold. So I'm just giving them a treat outside for breakfast. A nice fruit salad for breakfast.
All right, y'all ready, Tiana?
Yep.
All right. I know Shanzi's ready. And the pigs probably aren't far behind. All right. There we go. There's the pigs. The alpaca. They know the routine. And close the door. Okay, so they're going to get their feed, their alpaca feed, and the pig feed. And of course, yeah, these guys are trying to figure out what's happening as well. You're too short, girls. That's why that's why we have it up. Turbo is scratching at the door. Turbo! No! You'd have to wait your turn, buddy. We went through this whole thing of bringing the animals out. It was a wonderful symphony, and I realized I didn't press record on my camera. All right, well, anyway, we got everybody out of the building. We let the mamas out. Everybody moved out. Tara went out with some treats, with some veggies, a nice veggie salad. And she threw them out in the yard here, distracted the animals from in the shelter as the alpaca, the pigs, and the goats came out. So here we are. Here's the aftermath. Everybody is now outside and eating their carrots and apples and broccoli and all that good stuff. And we do have some visitors. I don't want to get too close, but we've got a couple Canadian geese. So every once in a while, we get some Canadian geese that stop in. There is one and there's the other. So it looks like the female is on the left and the male is on the right. Usually the female is a little more slender, a little smaller, and the male stands a little bit taller.
Where's Myra?
Sheldon.
Myra. She likes carrots.
Well, and we found that Sheldon likes them in a bowl, although he is eating them.
Yeah.
He's eating.
Won't on the mud though.
You got some chunks of carrot?
He is a little picky, but
Okay.
so they've got some grains and they've got their carrots. Oh, Moira, good stuff. And Onyx, our little black sheep. Sheldon, what are those? Oh, good little morsels.
This one is carrots.
All right, so we have somebody new.
Mitty.
So if you've been watching us, you know who Mitty is. But now we have this Flemish giant. And he came in, I guess I should say.
Hey, Patty. His name is Patrick. They call him Patty Bum. Give me your Patty Bum. They like each other.
So Mitty and Patty, or Patrick, have been getting along nicely.
Mitty, here. It's your own. You don't need to eat the same one. The dad, the human dad, is allergic. So tried everything, and it's a bad allergy.
Yeah,
Throat
so
swelling and.
sometimes animals come in for that reason, allergies. Maybe somebody's moving and they're moving into a place that they cannot have animals. So they come in here, and usually under those situations when they've come in as pets, they're actually pretty friendly. Now Mitty, or Mr. Midnight there, was actually found roaming around the countryside, so it's likely that he was somebody's pet just because of how friendly he is.
And Patrick is in the house, so he was in the house. So they're both shedding. It's kind of funny.
So if you haven't been watching our Facebook page, we did do a little video clip here where we had some ducks at the end of our little waterfall, and they were basically bobbing for frogs. So the frogs likely went and hibernated along the edge of the pond here, and there's quite a few frogs that we have, and they started pulling these frogs out. So I did take a clip of that. It was on our Facebook.
That's the rock shelf there. Nope,
Oh, she got one. Got a frog.
I don't think they're alive though. That's nice.
No,
It's
can't.
so shallow
They're probably
there.
hibernating.
you would, yeah, I'm not sure. You would think the frogs would go into a hibernation, but
If the frog was there, it probably will fell.
no.
And you see her gut, like her neck, it'll get bigger and bigger because that's where they store
Diving
their
for
food.
frogs.
She's the one getting them all. And
That
then,
one over there is finishing one off.
Yeah, the boys can't seem to. Oh, he's got one.
Does it? No. He had some leaves.
Well, that's definitely entertaining, isn't it?
Most of the comments for that video was, I never knew ducks ate frogs. They do, and even Muscovies, they'll actually eat other birds. There was an instance years ago where we had our animals over here in this pen here with some ducklings, and as soon as we put them down, we had a Muscovy drake run over and actually eat one of the ducklings. They were fairly small, and we were quite amazed. So be aware that if you do have Muscovies, that the males are pretty intense in their eating habits. Now, speaking of predatorial animals, I guess. Now we've got a camera. We've got a few cameras up here, and yesterday morning we actually had a fox come in. Now last year we had a coyote come in, which is a little bit more of a concern than a fox. Foxes are fairly small, although they can wreak some havoc in a hen house. But we've got some other animals out here in the yard, and the fox came in from the front of the property, kind of went over into a pile of brush that we had kind of stacked up. He could have been looking for some small rodents that maybe are nesting in there, but then when he didn't find anything, he started coming across, came across the trench area, and some of the roosters were quite intrigued by him, so they went over and checked him out. Got a little bit spooked, one of the roosters. Now, the sheep came over, and Tinker was the first one in there. She's curious, who's this new guy? Let's introduce him to the family, I guess. One of the roosters kind of got a little bit scared, and then he jumped up. Tinker got startled, backed off, but no fear, because the rest of the sheep crew came in to back Tinker, which was pretty cute. So then one of the roosters actually started following the fox, and the fox figured, well, this was enough. I'm not gonna risk myself bodily injury over this. He's gonna head off to somewhere else. Now, apparently, off camera, there was the lineup backing the sheep, which were the 3 alpacas that were standing just off of that camera behind the sheep. So our plans to combat our predator problem are kind of multiple stages. Our next stage, after last year when we shored up the electric fence in the back, we will be replacing this electric fence up here. So we have the rabbit hutch over there, and the energizer for the electric fence is inside the back of that building. right in there. Then the fencing goes up to the front and comes to the back. So it runs along this area here, and then it goes across the side of our property probably about 800 feet that way towards the back of the property. Now, just behind the lighthouse there, you can see the corner of the fence. So the plan is to go from there across the back of the pond over to the electric fence here. And that will all be replaced by a secure fence. So if you come over here and have a look at the bottom here, there is probably about 10 inches off the ground. So that little fox could have easily come in here. We're not too concerned with him, but we want to get this all fixed up. Of course, the cost of building fencing can be fairly pricey, especially in this day and age. So we'll be getting this area done this year, and then we'll be able to close off this section, especially in the spring when we have the predators come out and, you know, they're hungry after a cold winter. Then we can kind of lock our animals in this area, let them out into the back during the day, and then close them back up in the evening.
Found Tiana. She's cuddling a duck.
I got Fred.
Oh, you're putting them back in?
Yeah, he was pacing.
Yes, so the fencing will also keep most of the ducks in because they just go underneath the electric fence.
He knows
now.
how to get back in,
Right.
but he's looking for his girls.
He's wants his
Yeah.
lost
girls
his
and
girlfriend.
I put them in the two couple.
Oh, Fred.
He paces back and forth the entire driveway.
He's so lost.
Last week it was 2 in the morning.
Hey, Billy.
Whoa.
Yeah, boy. What is it, Carl? Yeah? Are you hungry?
Good girl.
No, hitting it with your horns will not help. Well, maybe it will. It'll drop some of the little flakes down. What do I know? I'm not a goat. Actually, that might be what they're doing. Hey, buddy? It's not very efficient, though, is it?
For my nice trim job.
Yes, I know. We've got to kind of fix that up. We got to put 1/4-inch steel on it or something to fix it up. The boys just wreak havoc. I think 2x6s.
Wow.
We put 2x6s
Concrete.
along the frame.
So this morning I had family call and ask if they could bring, the Karen family called and asked if they could bring a small bag of carrots for the animals for treats. And I said, sure. I said, well, we'll feed them later. So they showed up. And so it's the Karen family brought carrots. There's a small bag of carrots.
Looks like a bag. Holy shit. Look at this. It's the size of your
I'm like,
arm.
you can slice it and put it on a burger.
That is massive.
So thank you, Karen family. The animals are they're gonna look at him and go, what is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
50-pound bag. Well, that is wonderful. Thanks, Karen
Right?
family. Well, hey, Fernando. Everybody's talking about you on how you saved me, how you came to my rescue when the rooster attacked me. Good job, bud. Speaking of turkeys, now I was at work and I picked up a little 360, Insta 360 Go 2 camera to give to the girls so that they can stick on wherever and capture things that, you know, happen during the week when I'm at work. Now, what had happened was they got a phone call from a injured turkey that was down the highway. And of course they rushed out and they got there and of course Tara's driving there and says to Tiana, I forgot the camera. So we'll work out the kinks. But anyway, they did bring the camera out to the barn and they filmed a little segment. And what it was is it was an injured bird. They went down, they brought them in. They thought they were wild turkeys because there are quite a few wild turkeys that are in this area. But it turns out it was a domestic bird, or two of them, a male and female, that got out, and the girl didn't want to leave his side. So here's that clip.
Here I got a call. There was an injured turkey on the side of the road. Of course, I forgot to bring the camera, so we're doing it now. So along with the injured male turkey, the female wouldn't leave his side. So we thought his leg was broken after closer looking and investigating. I believe it is not. I believe it is just swollen joints, which is a mycoplasma infection that they can get from mating, from the air, from other birds, that kind of stuff. So we actually found the owners. They're not wild, and we're going to return them to the owners with some antibiotics, and hopefully they can solve that at home in their coop. Okay?
So this is the unit right here. This is the carrying case and the little camera in it. Now I did do something like I'm about to do a couple years ago, where I did what's called a goat cam. I took a GoPro and I attached it to the horns of one of the goats. And then they went around and we saw what they did during the day. So what I'm going to do now is, because this has got like image stabilization and it should be nice and smooth, I've got this little holder that it's a pivot stand, and I'm going to attach this to Turbo. So I thought of using this hair clip. I'm going to put the camera in, and then I'm going to clamp it down into it. So we'll see how this works out, if it works. Turbo is just over there, and we'll see what kind of footage we get out of it.
Good? Oh, you found my hair clip.
Ooh, it's awfully quiet in here. Hi, girls. Okay, so we've got the girls back in. Hey, Petunia and Coco. Yes. So it is, it's supposed to be plus 20 tomorrow. So they will likely go out, but then it's supposed to, we're supposed to get some kind of winter storm coming in. Like my microphone. So this is actually one of those snowball microphones, and I've run an active USB cable all the way in to the building there. So I should get some good audio. I was having challenges, wasn't I, Holly? So that cam worked. The Holly cam worked really well. She wandered around, scratched her back. There is Billie Jean. I didn't get it on her, did I? I put it on Turbo or Tinker, and then she just stood there and lied down, so it didn't really do too much. Hi, Charlotte. Charlotte and Blackie. So they're hanging out in here. So they've got some extra hay here, and they've got a hay bale. They like sleeping on the hay bales. We have Pluto in here, and we have Henry and Scooby and his big friend, the female Muscovy duck. So they are in here because it is supposed to be getting cooler out over the next week. You can't hear the fan running because when it gets cool at night, we want to make sure that it remains warm in here. We have it running during the day when it's nice and warm out. So it's relatively quiet in here other than Pluto. Earlier when I was testing my microphone, the guineas were going off, so we may have to kick out the guineas. They can be annoying at times. So everybody's doing good here. Tyr in the house. He has been doing better. We've started to open up the door where he is in the basement, and he has been making his way out. He actually came all the way upstairs and was checking things out. So he's doing much better. Of course, he's likely not going to get bipedable in the next near future, but we're working on him. So I hope you enjoyed this movie and sure, it's a movie. It's a short movie. This video. Excited about the goats. If you haven't subscribed, click on that subscribe button. Click on the notification. You'll get notified when we do go live on that live stream as well. We're not sure when we're going to be. We'll probably shut it down when they're outside and then kind of bring it back online when they come back inside. We're still ironing out the details. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. And until next video, we'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.